Hi, my name is Mr. Coleon Noir, and I'm addicted to shooting competitions. This is going to be entry number 2 in my IDPA diaries. And basically, I went ahead and shot a competition this past weekend. And I have to say that I'm officially addicted to shooting competitions. So what you're going to see now are basically a series of clips of each stage that I shot. At the end of this, what I'm going to go ahead and do is kind of give a breakdown of my thoughts, kind of just some ending remarks about what I thought about the competition, some things that I need to improve on, and basically just kind of give you all overall idea about how far I've come from the first competition to the second competition. Enjoy.
Turn and draw.
10 down.
You're ready.
10 down.
I don't think I'm gonna keep
No,
it.
no shoot.
Let's just stand by.
Oh. You just because that was able to just 11 down. 11 down. Hey, watch that brick. Hey, you take this key.
I started looking over them a little bit.
Yeah.
Stand by. I'm really trying to kind of see how I've never really been to it.
Monthly matches on Saturday, so yeah, we're trying to figure out
Shooter ready.
where our shots go.
Oh, yeah? Stand by. You can do that?
No,
6 inches.
posted.
Muzzle.
15 yards. 6 inches lower.
All around it. Keep that in the front. Oh! Last one, too.
You'll do fine, man. It's fun. I'm hooked on it.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, good shot.
That's how you do it. You know, it's just a gateway sport, though, right? Next thing you can think.
Saturday. Saturday, if you're around,
Have a seat.
bring your damn gun, man.
Yeah, I got to work Friday night.
Shooter ready.
Yeah, and it's Saturday morning.
Ready.
Stand by.
Get off.
7. I got to work 11 to 7
Oh,
on Friday night. Saturday night?
I mean, if you can make it out.
Yeah, I'll what time is it over on Saturday?
No.
Top it off.
I got to work a
1986.
football game.
1986.
What's that?
Official?
Police officer.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I got to.
Down there, they just got a lot of targets, and you're throwing a lot of lead, and it's all state. Or like a bird.
At this point, this is my favorite firearm. This is my everyday carry. If I'm not carrying this, I'm carrying my Glock 26. Noted in the first competition that I was having problems with my slide locking back, and I think a lot of it had to do with the grip that I was utilizing. My thumb was kind of resting on the slide lock. So when the gun should lock back, it would fall back forward. And I was noticing that the first competition I was in. As far as the second competition, I don't know if I really was running the same grip, and I don't know if anything really changed as far as on a conscious level, but I do know that I didn't have any of those issues. As you can see in the video, slide locked back each time, and I was able to do my reloads with no problem. As far as the grip was holding up just fine, especially with the RTF grip. And my hands do get sweaty when I'm shooting, but so far the grip has allowed me to keep a good purchase on the firearm. Initially, when I decided to get into IDPA, I had a focus on defensive shooting. I was mainly trying to focus on learning to run my everyday carry and also become a more proficient shooter, more dynamic shooter in that sense, instead of standing at a firing range shooting. When I was out there this time, I did notice that I wasn't really utilizing my sights. I was doing a lot of point shooting, and of course that pretty much affected my accuracy. But like I said, I went into it with a combat defensive mindset, defensive shooting mindset, not so much as, oh, I want to come in and win this competition. But the problem is, at that point, I started looking at the scores and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really down there, not doing too well. And my competitive nature starts to kick in at this point. So I've caught the bug, basically. So what I'm going to try to do is kind of balance out, kind of walk a fine line and try to balance between the defensive shooting or combat accuracy versus proficiency on a competition level. In this particular shooting competition, there were moments of brilliance and moments that were just pretty much horrendous. Like for instance, the first steel that I shot, the first plate, I pretty much emptied 10 rounds to knock it over, and finally hit it on the last round before I went dry. And then the next steel I shot, got it on the first shot. Shooting steel versus paper, that steel's a lot more intimidating, because when you miss steel, you know you miss steel. You can shoot paper all day long or cardboard at an IDPA target and not even realize you missed it until you go back and count your score. Shooting steel is intimidating in that regard, so it's a little bit harder. So at that point, I will say that I use my sights when I was shooting the steel, and as you can see in one of the clips, I actually kind of stop, re-up, and then really try to adjust and align my sights so I can make the requisite hits. And but the thing about steel is it's instant gratification. When you hear it, you hit ding, it really is a good feeling. I did lose a lot of procedural points. There was one in the beginning of the video where I didn't move like I was supposed to. I was supposed to shoot on the move and I didn't. Also, I was supposed to shoot from behind cover and slice the pie, but instead of doing that, I pretty much was like 50 to 60% of my body was around the entire barricade. So I lost a lot of procedural points in that regard. I have to say that I really enjoyed shooting this competition this time around. The weather was great. It was absolutely perfect. The mosquitoes were kind of killer, but other than that, the weather was really perfect. So I do plan on shooting another competition at this point. I'm not really sure. I don't really have a date in place, but I'm pretty sure it'll be within the next couple weeks or so. And I'll be back for entry number 3. And entry number 3 should focus more on being more competitive from a score standpoint, not so much just a defensive shooting standpoint. So that's Mr. Coley on the War, and I'm out.